What's up, everybody? So we're going to do a popular pit item today, the beef brisket. This is a 15-pounder. So we got our flat side right here, your point side. Fat side's down right now. It's all personal preference at this point, but I'm gonna leave all this fat on this side. I'm not gonna touch any of it. I think more fat the better personally, but on this side, I'm gonna trim some of this off. Anything that's over a 1/4 inch heavy on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. So I'm gonna get busy with that, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done with it, and then we're gonna go ahead and season up. Alright, so as you can see here, folks, I really didn't take off a whole bunch. Anything that's about a 1/8 inch thinner of fat or less I left on. Really didn't take much off that side. And then I really didn't take anything off this side. Took a little bit right here off the underside of the point. But we're gonna get some seasoning on this bad boy and get her rubbed up. So we're going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. That's going to be my binder. Just give her a good rub down. Spread it around. And cover every edge and surface. We want to get some seasoning sticking to every little crevice on this thing. Alright. First thing I'm going to hit it with is a good old Lipton's onion soup packet. You really can't beat it. I'm just going to lightly spread that around. And I'm not mixing up. This is going to make a little bit of a mess here, but I'll clean it up. But I'm not mixing any of the seasonings up together. I'm going and I'm putting them one at a time and deciding what I think's enough so nothing gets overdone. This is a little bit of dill weed. I like a little bit of dill on my beef. Not too much, just a little bit. Then I'll turn this thing over and I'll repeat this on the other side. But here's some garlic powder. This is about as basic as a brisket rub will get. This is what most 2 or 3, 4, 5 ingredients people will use on these things. A little bit of paprika. And then I got a secret to show y'all how I'm gonna help get that bark to form really well on this. When I get done seasoning this, I'm gonna throw it in plastic wrap, put it in the refrigerator overnight for about 12 hours, do a dry brine, really get that flavor from these seasonings in there. Black pepper's great on these briskets. I'll get my arm tired before I get it all on there. And then last, the salt. Give it a good pack, get that stuff in there. And we're going to turn this thing over, do a repeat on it. We'll come back when I got that thing ready to go and show you that secret I was talking about. All right, everybody. So I got my last thing I put on there to help with that bark I was telling you about, and that is just a little bit of sugar. I know it sounds weird, but just a light sprinkle front and back, and then that's really going to help caramelize and bring our bark out. Our bark's going to be great with that little touch. But so we got this thing wrapped in saran wrap. We're going to go in the fridge all night. Tomorrow we're going to cook it on the Oklahoma Joe offset smoker. So we're going to be using a real log burner, and so tune back in and we'll get her cooking tomorrow. What's up, everybody? So we're out here with the Oklahoma Joe offset smoker. I'm just getting this thing fired up, getting her up to temp, getting everything ready. We got our dry brined brisket, been in the refrigerator all night, about 12 hours. Got it wrapped in saran wrap. Getting my grill up to temperature and getting ready to throw this thing on there. Let's check on our firebox. So these fireboxes, I got a stainless steel basket that holds the charcoals, keeps them together, and they burn hotter, they burn longer. Does a whole lot better. I highly suggest that. That firebox runs a night and day difference having that thing. Alright, so here's this bad boy. Alright, so we got us a drip pan, we got us a water pan. I'm going to cut this thing out of my wrap here real quick. I don't know if I said this already, but it's about 6 a.m. We're going to get this thing on and hopefully get it done and rested and sliced before dinner time, but we shall see. We're going to do fat side up, and I'm going to do my biggest part of the brisket, the point facing towards the fire, because I want the flat facing away, because I don't want it to overcook during this process. Alright, so there she sits. We're gonna let that thing, we're gonna close it up. And now look, we was at about 350, anywhere between 350 and 375 starting out. I want to go ahead and push it a little hard right at first and get a bark going. About an hour or two in, I'm gonna check the degrees on it, see where we're rolling, and then I'll probably try to tame it down and keep it around 270, around 275 throughout the cook. And then once I get up around 160, we'll pull it, wrap it, put it back on, push it to 205, and then pull it off for a rest. So we'll see y'all here in about 2 hours when I first peek in there and look at that thing. All right, everybody, we're 3 hours in. At the 2 hour mark, I opened it up and I did a little spritz on it to help continue to build the bark there. Getting ready, my fire's dying down. I'm gonna have to do some firebox management. After 3 hours, you sometimes got to on these things, but I'm gonna check the temperature on it, show y'all what we're working with, what we're looking like. She's looking pretty good, smelling good. So I'm gonna check some temperatures on it, and I'm gonna decide whether I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it or if I'm gonna keep working on that bark and let it keep going for about another hour. All right, y'all, we're right here a little bit under the 4 hour mark. I got the color bark that I want, and I'm getting about 155, 160 degrees all throughout the whole brisket now. Look at that nice color that's forming on that. That is beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Love it. All right, so I think what we've done now, and the temperature has kind of stopped rising on me. I think we've entered the stall right about the 4-hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that thing wrapped up in foil and get her put back in and push through that stall and get up to 205. And then we're gonna let it rest for about 2 hours and then we'll be done. So we'll check back here in a little bit. So that's on the point right there. We're busting about 190. We need about 205 and I'll be happy. That's on hour 5. So we're gonna wrap and I'm gonna let this sucker go slow for about another hour, reach 205, and then she'll rest for 2 hours and then we'll do a slice. So we're gonna cover it back up. Oh yeah, looking good. So we're at hour 6, people. Let's see what temperatures we got here. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. So 202, 205 is what we're looking for. Man, this thing is, that's what you want to see too. You want to see that probe just gliding on in there, man. People, I think this thing is done. If she's saying 206, man, this thing is done and it needs to rest. Heck yeah. Look at that. All right, well, we're gonna let this thing rest. We're gonna pull it, let her rest, and then we'll do a slice and let y'all see. And then I'm gonna do a recap and let you all see everything, talk about all the steps, everything that I did along through the process. I did this thing in 6 hours. I'm gonna put it to rest 2 hours, so it'll be an 8-hour process. And this is a 15-pounder, so it ain't bad. 8 hours, 15 pounds. So we'll see y'all when we slice this thing. All right, everybody, so we're back. This thing's rested for about 2 hours. I've went and I've separated my point, pulled it right off the top of the flat right there, and got that flat sitting there, and I'm gonna slice that flat up and have that laying in a tray. And then I've also I cooked my point far enough. I'm gonna go ahead and slice it up and have it in chunks as well. I'm not gonna do burnt ends with it, but I'll come back and show you all the slices here in a second, the finished product. But it's fantastic. I already tried it. Really good stuff. All right, man, we got some slices going on here, just getting going, but just wanted to stop and show y'all real quick, man. Look at that. Stuff as pretty as can be. Pull apart tender. Just falls right apart. Look at that. That easy. So I'm gonna come over here. I wrote down what I did. I did a 6-hour brisket, man. I pushed it, but you gotta do the right things if you're gonna push it. You gotta wrap it the right way. You gotta do it at the right time. So I'll let y'all look at my drawing there for a second. If you can read that. And there you go. You got the details. We'll see y'all next time. Boy, and that's some pretty stuff right there. Whole bowl of sliced brisket. We'll see y'all next time. Man, we're gonna be eating good for a few days, man. It's ready. Come and get it, y'all.